What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're doing Road to Master Rank once again. This is episode number 3. Check out the previous 2 episodes if you haven't already. I think one episode was called Someone Who Needs to Be Banned, and then Dirty Drivers trying to kick me out of the lobby. What is in store in this one? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Let's hope that we can make some good progression towards Master Rank. We're Gold Rank 2. If I had to put a number on it, I just checked the last episode and it said we were on 2.2329 is the score. So that's where we stand, and we need to get 2,600 in order to be Master Rank. So let's see if we can make some solid inroads in this episode. It's looking like an episode 4 finale if we don't have any calamities. But we're here for the Belgian Grand Prix. Let's roll into it. I didn't have a qualifying session to qualify for this one. I get chucked straight into the race. So it's P7 for us today. And what is looking like maybe a recovery drive to get some points. Off we go for the Belgian Grand Prix. And we actually get a decent start there. We jump P6 on the way into turn 1. And we undercut about 3 or 4 cars there who ran wide at... Oh, I forgot the corner name. You guys will let me know down in the comments. You always do. It's P3 and on the podium after turn 1. That is absolutely phenomenal scenes. So now we will see if we can attack the top 2 and maybe even win this race right from the outset. So in this one, I've jumped straight into the game, cold, without any practice. Might be my undoing. We'll have to wait and see, but we'll see. Oh my goodness. That guy went for an impossible gap, and I think he hit the inside barrier. He didn't touch me, and he went absolutely flying there. So it's P3. We can now focus on the cars ahead. No one is going to be attacking us from behind, not unless I've got shocking pace. I'll have to wait and see. XC is up next. 4 tenths is the difference. We're going to put it up into overtake here and see if we can get him on the run into the bus stop chicane. The closing speed is amazing when you put it up into overtake. Can we go for this gap? I thought better of it. I didn't know if he was going to turn in or not. And we decided to just be patient and wait for the dive bomb here at the bus stop chicane. Thank you very much. That is P2 for the taking in this Belgian Grand Prix. And let's see if we can catch up to the race leader, Mr. John PB51. We try to break the toe of the guy behind. No, I'm not actually physically breaking his toe with a, I don't know, by stepping on it. But, you know, you get the gist. Lap 3, we put in a purple lap. And as we head into turn 1 here, you'll notice that John here gains like 4 tenths out of that one corner. I don't even know how he did that. His pace was absolutely amazing. And for the rest of the race, I was unable to catch him. So he was absolutely rapid in this Belgian Grand Prix. But in my defense, that was my first race of the day. And now that we're warmed up, we'll see if we can take the fight to him in the next race. We'll have to wait and see. Gains in the rank, not so much in the safety rating. I got a few warnings there, which really held me back. But it's P2 and a solid start to the episode with more points going the way of us. We move into China now, the second race. And unfortunately, the guy who won in Spa left. So that was our main competition gone. We did get pole position. 3 tenths clear of Exile. It said Exile on the qualifying leaderboards, but we get to the race and his name is changed to Xe. So that's odd. But off we go for the second race here in China, and it's a very gloomy day. I swear F1 2020 has, when you put it on dynamic, you're just guaranteed to get super overcast conditions. But either way, it's a decent start for us. We're fighting away with Xe here for the lead of the race. Bit of wheel spin on exit and a warning to go with that as we run wide out of the snails section. We have Serenity behind us in P3, American, who is on the brink of getting master rank, so he'll be pretty pacey in this race. This could be a 3-way fight for the win if we're not careful. But yeah, let's see if we can get this guy a little bit slow in the middle sector. Maybe this guy's running with a little less downforce than us. For this race, I've downloaded I've used the Golden USA setup. There's actually a lot of missing tracks in my setup library that I need to fill the gaps for. If I don't have a setup, I just revert to USA setup and kind of go from there. So that's maybe I should take this series a little bit more seriously. But we still seem to be at the front and competitive in most races, so I guess for the most part I haven't felt the need to. But if I ever do league racing again on this game, which I think I will, then I am going to need setups for every single track as we head down into the hairpin. And we close up to Exy here. Let's see if we can get this guy on the run into turn 1. I've purposely saved a little bit of my ERS, and we're going to punch a lot of it here out of the final corner. You can see he's actually out of deployment, which gives us the golden run into turn 1 with the golden USA setup up the inside, and that is the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix. I nearly held my breath there because he was coming back at us around the outside, but the inside is king at turn 1 of China. You can always squeeze him out a little bit, a tiny bit of contact. Nothing major, just grazing of the side pods, and we're able to hold on. He comes back at us on the run into turn 4, but nothing does there. We're able to hold on to the lead of this race for now. We're going to fast forward time now and just show you guys the rest of the lap. I think this is my fastest up of the race. Unfortunately for Exy there, he made a mistake dropping from P2 to P4, which definitely eased the pressure. And we have the gold rank 3 guy of Serenity claiming P2 in this one. Fast up of the Grand Prix, and that was really the race. From there, we broke outside of 1 second, out of the slipstream, out of the DRS. Exy managed to get back up into P2, and we were just really consistent for the rest of the race. Always very, very close to our best time, even weaving across the line on all the tyres and less ERS deployment. We were only 0.2 away from our overall fastest lap, so the consistency was really nice in that one. So the USA setup kind of works everywhere, which is crazy. But with that win, we move up to gold rank 3 and make a little bit of progression in our safety rating as well. I think we might actually get master rank before we get our super license. That would be pretty funny. But Serenity actually got his master rank in that last race. So congrats to him for doing that on video. And let's see what his stats look like. I want to see how long it took him to get master rank. And I guess we can just kind of compare things. You guys can see my stats as well. So I have 6 wins. He's got 22. 11 podium finishes versus 83. And races complete. He's done 152. I've done 11. And I've done under 2 hours worth of driving in ranked. He's done nearly 24 hours. So nearly a full day. So by that comparison, I'm actually doing really, really well. I've only done 11 races and I'm nearly there. Whereas he's done 152. That's crazy. He must have had quite a few finishes outside the top 50 or some DNFs or whatever that would drag his rank back down. But for us, we've been so consistent. I haven't finished off of the podium in any of my ranked online races, which is the reason why I've stormed towards, this rank so quickly. I guess I've been a bit lucky. I haven't been taken out by anyone or anything like that. Gonna touch wood, fingers crossed that doesn't happen now that I've potentially jinxed it. But we now move on to Paul Ricard here in France. Again, no setup for this track, so what I've done is I've loaded a Spa setup, and it's a similar kind of characteristic. Power track, a couple of high-speed corners. You need a little bit of wing, but not too much, and that's the mantra I've gone for. The newly joined guy of Volcrum or something joined, and he got pole position. So this could be a nice little fight here for the win in this French Grand Prix, and who knows, another win here, and we could be very, very close to that master rank. We'll have to wait and see. It's not Volcrum, it's Veltrum. But 5 red lights, and we are underway for the Grand Prix of France, and we're going to put it up into overtake a little bit earlier than what I normally do to help with that second phase of the start. And I guess it didn't really help me there. As you can see, Exy getting up the inside into turn 1. We're compromised at turn 2. If I would have pushed any harder at turn 2, I would have been resting on his side pod and probably spinning out there. So I half backed out of it, which meant that we were able to stay in a straight line, essentially. And we can press on with this race. We're going to put it up into overtake now and see if we can get Exy here on this back straight. I'd imagine he's going to be up in overtake deployment as well. Not really making many inroads, so we put it back down into medium. A half little look at the inside into the chicane. And these half little moves are costing me quite a bit of time, and Veltrum is getting away, so we need to just calm it down a little bit. So on this straight, I actually didn't deploy any ERS. This is actually quite a strategic race, and so you'll see a bit more of this race, a bit more analysis, and I'll kind of tell you, you know, what I'm thinking, what my tactics are, etc. But yeah, for this second half of the lap, I've opted not to use as much of my ERS, and we're going to save it for the run up out of the final corner up to the finish line, just like we did to this guy in China. So let's see if he has saved any ERS for the end of the lap. We know that he deployed quite a bit on the two back straights, and so he's left a little bit vulnerable as we start lap 2, but we decide to save a little bit more of our ERS for later on in this lap in particular. So that's the strategy I'm going for. As you can see, again, a bit of a warning there at the first chicane, the roller coaster ride through there, as we get really, really close now in the back end of the first sector. I've never really been good at this right-hander in particular. You can always go a little bit faster there than what you think, but Engineer is encouraging me to use my overtake. I'm actually saving it because we're baiting him into using more of his overtake, and we're saving our battery more towards the end of the race. And by him deploying his battery, he's actually catching up to the race leader, and I'm still able to cruise up to the back of these guys. So this time, we're going to use most of our overtake and fly past him on the run into turn 1 if we can. So here we go. He's depleted of energy, and we're just coming into our own now as we set the fast side of the Grand Prix up the inside into the roller coaster ride of the first chicane. And this time, oh no, this time we get another warning once again. However, it is P2 in this race, and now we're going to set after the race leader of Veltrum. Used a little bit of overtake on this straight, but we're mainly using the DRS, sorry, to draw us onto the back of him, and we're going to have a go at him again a little bit later. No overtake mode is being used on this straight. We're just going to use the slipstream of the preceding car to drag us along, and you can see he's turned down his engine mode a little bit, down to standard, I would say, and we're looking good. We've got 2 laps to go after this one, 45% battery, and we're going to tactically use this in an effort to get in front of this guy. I think maybe next lap we'll see if we can go for the overtake and then break away for the rest of the race. I'd imagine he used a lot of his ERS and probably fuel at the start of the race trying to build a gap, and actually did a lot of work in trying to close up to him. We got the better of him, and now we're going to see if we can get Veltrum ourselves. As you can see, again, he's running short of ponies at the end of the straight. So it looks like he's either run out completely or he's saving some battery for the end of the race, which is a good tactic from him. So we'll see how that unfolds as we get close into this slow right-hander. Very crucial to get a nice run out of here. Short shifting up into 4th gear. We put it down into lean revs to cool the engine a little bit, just to make sure we can max out down this straight with optimum horsepower. And there we go, overtake and DRS. We fly into the lead of this French Grand Prix with a lap and a half to go in this race. Let's see if we can break away for the rest of this race now and use the dirty air to good effect for us as we head into the 3rd sector. So a bit of overtake here to make sure we can keep him at arm's reach, back down to medium, so that we can save at least a little bit of ERS for our last lap in case we don't get outside of 1 second in sector 3 here. Really attacking this double right-hander. It's this corner, this section of the track can feel really bad when you've got old tires or overheating tires. So just trying to make the most of that while we can in clear air. It's better to be leading here than following in this section of the lap, and we're going to see if we can go for fastest lap on this lap in particular. We're going to punch a lot of overtake out of this corner here because we know we can recover a little bit before the back straights. So up to the line, 1 minute 30.518, and the gap is half a second. So if we can bridge the gap by another 2 or 3 tenths at least in this sector, then we should be home and dry. But if he starts to close in like he is now, he's definitely deploying overtake, and it's back down to 4 tenths. Now 2 tenths. Bloody hell, this guy actually is pretty fast. So we find ourselves in a precarious position on this last lap of the French Grand Prix. Gap is 6/10. It's extending a little bit. So let's see if we can hold that ascendancy. Not too much battery to play with, 15%, and rapidly falling as we get down to about 5%, and now I need to put it back down into medium. He's still got the momentum on us. We have to go defensive into the chicane, and he has the inside for the second parts, and it's going to be a side-by-side affair as we run up towards the end of this second back straight, squeezing him right up against the white lines in an effort to give him an illegal overtaking penalty or something like that. We are defending the inside like Kimi Räikkönen did to Daniel Ricciardo. Ricciardo did that exact move that Voltram did and got a penalty. So let's see what happens in this race, but we can't get the better of him. He holds the outside there as we tried to go for a counter-attacking move. And looks like Veltram here is going to hold on to the lead of this race unless we can go for a last corner dive bomb into this hairpin. Not quite. So it looks like on-track Veltram is going to win this race. Are there any penalties applied? No is the answer. And so Veltram wins the French Grand Prix. What a good race that was. That was really, really good. I did try to give him the massive squeeze on that second back straight. And it looks like he might have only just got that one done cleanly. Maybe just got me before going off the circuit or something. But there we go. Let's have a look at the results in just a second. We do gain even more rating. We do lose a bit of safety rating, though. We had a few excursions at the first chicane, which is unfortunate. Fast up of the Grand Prix, though. So it looks like we probably didn't time our run overly well when it came to deploying our battery. Maybe I just sort of should have stayed behind on that penultimate lap. You can see here I deployed maybe too much of my battery heading on to the last lap, and that could have been what lost me the race in the end there. And then here, this is the same kind of move that Ricciardo made on the AstroTurf, but Ricciardo got penalized for that in real life. And my opinion was that Ricciardo shouldn't have got the penalty, and my opinion here is the same, that Veltram made a really good move there, and I think that's fair, because to be honest, I squeezed him, much like Räikkönen did to Ricciardo. So there we go, that was the race. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more racing game content. What I'm actually going to do for the finale of this series is I'm going to roll on with this same open lobby worth of people. So you're going to see the battles between myself, Veltram, and XE continue into the next episode. And I guess the goal for the next one is to go for Master Rank in the next one. So you'll see the amount of points I have up on screen at the moment. And let's see if we can get there. Join me for the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more racing game content. And until the next episode, I'll see you next time.